Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at some weapon mounted lights made by Nightstick. Most of you probably already know that watch the channel that I am a big advocate for weapon mounted lights. Whether it's a rifle, a shotgun by your bed, or even your carry gun, I think a weapon mounted light on any firearm that is in a possible defensive role is absolutely mandatory. And in my opinion, that's just really not up for debate. As good guys, we don't shoot at threats that we cannot confirm indeed are threats, and we definitely don't shoot at shadows. So being able to confirm what you're shooting at is super important, and without a weapon mounted light, that's basically impossible to do in low light or no light situations. They also do make handheld lights, but I'm mainly going to be focusing on their weapon light models. So I picked up these 4 different models here. I have 2 that are pretty much dedicated for pistol use, and then I have 2 that are pretty much for carbine or possibly shotgun. To my understanding, Nightstick has been in the light game for a pretty good while, but honestly, up until just recently, they really had not been on my radar. I've been seeing a lot of reviews and different things like that online about them, and mostly they seem to be positive, so I thought I would pick a few different ones up and check them out for you guys. So what we're going to do today is just quickly go over these lights and some of the basic features. Over the next few months, or maybe even longer, I do plan to have individual reviews on each of these lights. After I have really put these things through their paces, I definitely want to put a lot of rounds through them down on the range and just see how they hold up some routine use and maybe a little bit of abuse as well. I plan to really put these lights through their paces and make sure they're good to go before I ever come back and recommend them to you guys. So the first light that we're going to look at is the 550 XL model. This particular one is a high only, although they do make a model that has a strobe function. This one is pretty much directly competing with the Streamlight TLR7A. So if you're familiar with that light, it is a very popular light. It is on the Glock 19 that I'm carrying right now, straight out of my waistband. So this one's definitely competing with that, so it'll be interesting to see how it holds up. Most of you know I am a pretty big Streamlight fan. I really do like Streamlight products. I have a lot of them, and I've had nothing but good results with them. The pocket light or handheld light that I'm carrying right now is a Streamlight Macro Stream. I have a video kind of going over this light and some others like it, and I will link that down below. But this is an excellent little EDC light in and of its own. But getting back to the Nightstick, overall, this light seems pretty solid. I have opened it up and played with it. I just stuck it in this box just to show you guys. It does run on one CR123 battery. It is 550 lumen, and it is 4600 candela. This one is really going after that TLR7 market, so this one is going to really be at home in your smaller compact pistols, something like a Glock 19 or something like that. Next, we're going to take a look at the 850 XL. So you're going to notice a trend here because this particular light, in my opinion at least, is competing directly with the Streamlight TLR1 series of lights. So this is more of a full-size light, something you might put on a full-size pistol. Of course, you could put it on anything you wanted to. It is 850 lumens, and it has 15,000 candela. This one does run on 2 CR123 batteries. I'm really excited for this light. I have high hopes for it, and I really hope it does good, but we will have to find out more as I do a more long-term review. Both the 850 XL and the 550 XL should already have some holster compatibility using holsters that are set up for Streamlight, but that is definitely something we will check out more in depth in the full review. The next light that we're going to look at is the 854 XL. As far as the specs, it is going to be the same as the 850. So you still have 850 lumens, you still have 15,000 candela. Pretty much all the specs are exactly the same. You see I do have this one open because I had it mounted. The only difference is this is more of a rifle style light. So it does not have the toggle switches back here on the back. You simply have a threaded portion here and a plug, and it is designed to go on a rifle or maybe a shotgun with a pressure pad. So through the magic of video editing, you can see I have this one mounted on this upper. So I just have it clamped on a piece of Picatinny rail. I have the pressure pad plugged in here, and then I have a pressure pad switch on top. I just have this mounted down with zip ties and a little bit of tape because this particular upper does not have a rail on top. And see, you got a functioning pressure pad. You have your constant on there and your momentary. It does also come in the box with several other different types of mounts. It comes with this Picatinny mount, so you could slide your pressure pad in here and then mount this on top of a Picatinny rail. But this particular upper does not have that, so I just mounted it with a few zip ties, and it seems to work good. The next light we're going to look at is the LGL 160. They also make a 150 and a 170 model. The 150 has a little bit less output, and the 170 model has higher output, but it's doing so with a rechargeable battery. This one just runs on two CR123s. As you can see, it is 1100 lumen, and it does have just over 22,000 candela. So this is more of a Scout style weapon light. It seems to have a normal Scout mounting base here. Obviously, this light is really competing with some of the Streamlights, like the Streamlight Rail Mount 2 and the Streamlight HLX. So I definitely will compare it to those in the future. Also, I'm going to try it with a couple different Scout style mounts to see what works and what doesn't. I believe it also comes with a 45-degree Picatinny mount, and also, maybe you can see here in the picture, it comes with a little mount here that can help you tidy up your cables and just keep everything nice and neat. I may not have mentioned that on the other light, but the 854 also comes with that as well, and that's just a neat little way to help you manage your cables if you are running a pressure pad. I honestly rarely use those type of cable management systems. That's just not the way I usually do it. You know, a little bit of zip ties and some electrical tape works for me, but it's just nice they include that option in the box. Now, the way you see this one here, I have it with the simple push button, which it does come with. So you just press for momentary, or you can click for constant. But the way I would normally be running this light would be with a pressure pad, and that's actually how I have it set up on this upper right here. So here we have it all mounted up to the upper. I have it just clamped on a simple piece of Picatinny rail. Normally I will run some sort of offset mount, like an Arasaka or something, just to get the light a little bit tighter to the rail, but this definitely does work. I have now removed the push button tail cap that we previously looked at, and I have the pressure pad hooked up. I have the pressure pad mounted on top of the rail using the mount that they provide. That mount seems very solid, and I do like it, but just for a little added security, I did go ahead and put some zip ties and a little bit of tape. Honestly, that's just because I do that on all of my other Scout lights, so I just went ahead and did it on this one also. But just like the other, you have your momentary on, and then you have your click for your constant on. That's a very quick overview of all four of these weapon mounted lights. I just wanted to show them to you guys just so you would have an idea of what's coming. But I definitely plan on doing more in-depth reviews on all of these lights. And I'm also going to be comparing them to their Streamlight competition. So I'm definitely interested to see how they hold up as far as their output, and also how they hold up to some range use and some simple abuse. I hold weapon lights to a very high standard because they're extremely important to me. So there's a lot of things that I can be a little bit picky on, but I simply think that they're just important areas and they're not worth overlooking. There are just so many quality weapon lights on the market these days. It just really pays to evaluate them very well and make sure that you're going to get something that's going to be 100% reliable. If you need a weapon light in a critical moment and it doesn't work, you're not likely to ever need it again. So I'm picky with these lights, but it's for a good reason, at least in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned to the full review on all of these lights in the near future. If you're not following me over on Instagram, I would also appreciate that. If you have anything you need to ask me directly, that is the best place to do so. As always, thanks for watching. See y'all next time.